everyone, and welcome back to Jurassic News! Yes, that's right. My own original series that I came up with 500 million years ago. Anyway, guys, welcome back. We have so much to go over here. So, let's not waste any more time. You may have been made aware of the situation I had with Swerve. I released a post on YouTube. You can find that in my post section about the whole situation. And basically, I just want to bury it. There's things that I will never see eye to eye on with him, and it's basically just best we all just move on. However, there is one thing I will hold him accountable for, and that's this image. I feel personally attacked here. But anyway, on to actual news. We have something interesting come out. This was posted by Twitter user M3S0Soic. This was part of the behind-the-scenes stuff that I think was posted on Jurassic World, their YouTube page, if I remember correctly. But I was made aware through it from here, and it's very interesting. It gives us a little bit of an insight as to what their thought process was when it comes to the final battle in Dominion. Let's take a look.
Inspiration for this showdown was good, the bad, and the ugly.
What? The good is
The T-Rex.
Is the T-Rex. The bad is the Giga.
And the ugly is the Therizinosaur.
I don't even know what to say. If I'm honest. The good, the bad, the ugly. Apart from the concept, did the Giganotosaurus do anything that made it bad? No. It just looked edgy. And with all the previous Jurassic movies in the franchise, they all have a baddie that needs killing. So Spinosaurus 3 kind of started that out, but didn't get killed. But then Jurassic World Indominus, Fallen Kingdom Interrupter, and Dominion, I guess they just felt like they needed to top it. Anyway, that's out there. And of course, we have Chaos Theory Dominion, because basically, Season 3, it seems to just be like, oh, it's the Dominion arc. So everything you've seen in Dominion, that being chases around Malta, Pyroraptors swimming around in snow instead of water this time, it's all there. Locusts and Dodson even are in this season. And reviews have started to appear on the series, because I think 2 or 3 days before the series appears on Netflix, they give special access to a small group of people to watch and give their thoughts. I don't know whether it's only positives, but I'm sure they're allowed to, you know, say what's on their mind, as long as it's not incredibly damaging, because what would be the point of doing that? And I want to take this opportunity to say that, unfortunately, this time I will not be doing a watch party for Season 3, and that's because I just don't have time at the moment. It's hard to justify setting aside about 5 hours just to watch a series, especially when I'm working on top of everything else. But I do want to point out that Jurassic Outpost has put out a review, Chaos Theory Season 3. Go check them out. And on to, I think this is Sinicon, and this is a show where they present, or like all these companies like Universal, present a trailer for an upcoming movie, if I remember correctly. And at this event, they put up an interesting little photo booth where you can put your head inside and get pictures taken, and it was showing the T-Rex grabbing the guy that we saw in the trailer. So we can kind of tell, I mean, we could have guessed before that this unfortunate human being meets a rather unfortunate end. And when I saw the claw sort of grabbing the dude, for me, I was reminded of the Indoraptor claw from Fallen Kingdom. You know, it's trying to grab Maisie. And I was thinking to myself, maybe this scene would be better if you don't see the T-Rex. And it's all in fog, right? And just this hand comes out, grabs the guy, and pulls him back slowly into the red fog. Which is kind of, I guess, what they tried to do with Indoraptor, and maybe that's why they're not repeating that. Maybe it would have been interesting if one hand came out, and then another one, and another one, and, you know, so because it's got 4 arms, and then, you know, you're topping it, you're doing it, it's like, oh, you thought it was one thing, but it gets worse. That, I don't know, I thought that would have been cool, but the fact that we see the T-Rex straight away, it is what it is, I suppose. Colin Trevorrow, or Trevorrow, I can never say his name right, has taken a leave of absence from Twitter, but you still can find him on Instagram. So it's very unfortunate, because now all his tweets are lost media. And it's, I mean, maybe he can reactivate his account. I don't exactly know how it works, because I've never deleted an account. I don't know whether you reactivate it or it deletes all your tweets. But anything he's ever posted is gone for now, that is. And I'm not too sure what was on his Twitter, but maybe there was some unique takes that he himself only posted about Dominion. I know that he said the Giganotosaurus was the Joker, and that has been lifted. I think that was on Twitter actually when he said that, or it could be maybe, I don't know. Either way, maybe that it was all because that one tweet is deleted. But he's still available on Instagram. But it's very interesting that now there's a lot of stuff that we as fans now are not privy to anymore. But maybe they'll resurface somewhere. But as you can see in this tweet, Rick Raptor, a prominent figure in the dinosaur and paleontological community, maybe not Jurassic, had just had his recent award show, the Dromies. This happens every year, but it's basically the Oscars. You get best dinosaur or best scene in a certain franchise and all that jazz. So if you do want to check out an award show that is right up your alley if you're a dinosaur or even a monster fan, because I know that Godzilla's in there as well. So if you do want to check out something, I highly recommend checking that out. And you might find some special guests in there presenting awards. And we are seeing a ramp up, just slightly. We're 4 months away from Rebirth now, and we're starting to get branded merchandise. This being Dr. Pepper. And you can see all the dinosaurs. Each Spinosaur has a different render, which is interesting because there is 3 of them. Normally you think, oh, well, just one. But each of the Spinosaurs has a unique design to it. So, and they've made that abundantly clear by having 3 different can designs. So you've got the 3 Spinosaurs. You've got the, is it Argentinosaurs? Why am I thinking Argentinosaurs? I can't even remember the Titanosaur, that's it. Titanosaurs, Mosasaur, the Aqualops, which is basically just a Microceratus. Looks very similar to the one that we were promised to see in Dominion, but then it was Lystrosaurus, although I think there might have been a Microceratus in there. Then, of course, you've got the Jurassic World logo looking thing. You've got Quetzal, T-Rex, Raptor, and then Ankylosaur. And the only time we've seen Ankylosaur was in those heads that open up, the Polly Pocket play sets, which had the waterfalls, and it had an Ankylosaur in there. So, very interesting. I'm wondering, we haven't got it in the Lego sets, although there was one Lego set that was hidden. Maybe that'll be the D-Rex and an Ankylosaur. I don't know, because if you remember, in that Lego set with the ruins, there was a waterfall in there. It's up for debate where we're going to see the Ankylosaur, but it will feature in there. And it looks to be almost like a Jurassic Park 3 Ankylosaur, with the colorings maybe, but definitely a Jurassic World design. And the biggest and best news I have to cover is AI Slop trailers. Yes, I've made a reaction to these. It's on the back of him, look! It's got a leg!
No, I'm talking about the one in the back.
Triceratops! It's like, there is a abundance of channels now on YouTube that will take AI generated images of things that are yet to release or will never release, and they basically it's clickbait. That's what it is, and it's been prolific. It's gotten to a point where on my phone, on the Google News section, it'll be like, new trailer! And that's how I was tricked by this, because I saw Avatar 3 trailer release. I was like, what? Well, that can't be right. And it was one of these. But we've had great news. Deadline news article. I never heard of this before, but they ran a little bit of an investigation into this whole AI trailer situation. And they found something quite interesting about them, because one thing I thought was, why aren't companies like Universal taking care of them? Why are they not striking them down, removing whatever? Google-owned video hosting giant has turned off ad revenue on Screen Culture, which was the one I basically covered. Screen Culture, especially when it comes to Rebirth, they posted a lot, and KH Studio trailers. And they say after their own investigation, chronicled the scale and sophistication of their output. And what they said in this is very interesting. And this is the trailer that got me when I was on my phone. I couldn't believe it. And, anybody, any Tom, Dick, or Harry, as you say in the UK, who sees something like this would click on it and think, oh, what's this? They're making a new one already. And they would watch the trailer and they might be thinking to themselves, oh, well, that was rubbish. I'm not going to see the next one. And that's why I thought it was damaging to the brands, to anything, including Jurassic. So they say that what they found out is that instead of protecting their copyright, without being Warner Bros., Universal, all these Hollywood studios, what they would do is allow these trailers to stay up, but they would siphon the money. A Hollywood studio to make a movie, it costs millions, absolutely millions. But for them to siphon off a chunk of a fan-made trailer, it doesn't cost anything at all. And that, I think, is the reason why they haven't done anything about these. Because, yes, it might hurt the brand, but it makes money. If Disney's remakes have told us anything, if it makes money, why disturb it? Why change anything at all? But the reason why YouTube seems to have demonetized these videos and channels, in fact, is something I didn't even realize. So they go in to say that YouTube monetization policies state that if creators have borrowed material from others, that you need to change it and make it your own. So you can't just re-upload a trailer, because that actually goes against their monetization policies. So for instance, every time a Jurassic World Evolution 2 DLC comes out, all the Evolution 2 people who play it, and myself included, will maybe re-upload the trailer. Currently, I'm pretty sure are happy with that, because that just gets it out to a wider audience. This is interesting. They say, furthermore, YouTube misinformation policies prohibit content that has been technically manipulated or doctored in a way that misleads viewers. So this is really interesting. I think it has to check all boxes. It has to be solely made for profit, taking everything without really transforming it. But, these trailers are transforming the materials they're using into yes, it's a sequel, but it's transforming it in some way. But I think in general, they're doing this just to try and stop it. Because if you take the money incentive to make these trailers, you will realize that they'll stop making them. Because why would they? I mean, yes, they post one every day, but they can probably make about 10 in a day, if not double that, I would imagine, if not triple it. So what's interesting is they interviewed KH Studio, which is one of these trailer channels that uploads all this stuff, to ask them a statement. And they said, or the person in charge said, I've been running KH Studio full-time for over 3 years now, putting everything into it. It's tough to see it grouped under misleading content in a demonetization decision, when my goal has always been to explore creative possibilities, not to misrepresent real releases. So I think we're getting a bit of copium here. Because I included this screenshot. You'll notice the most recent 4 trailers that have happened since this came out say concept trailer. The 5th and all of the trailers before that say nothing about concept trailer. In fact, they say first trailer and put in brackets 2025, getting people or audiences to guess that it's a new movie coming out next year. And so I think that, my personal opinion, that looks like a lie. That looks like them just trying to save face and be like, oh, we didn't mean to mislead anybody. You know what you did, you silly sausage. You were definitely misleading. Come on now, don't be silly. And with that being said, back to Jurassic stuff, proper Jurassic stuff. In my previous segment, I think it was, or one before that, I covered toys that were coming out. I think these were showcased in China. When I made that segment, I saw in the images that a little black square was scribbling something out. I had no idea what that was when I saved these. I got these images from a Discord group I'm in that covers all things Jurassic toys. And I scrolled up through there to try and find stuff. That's why some of them look like this, some of them look like the photos. And what I was made aware of was, I don't know who did this, but they scribbled out a certain YouTuber that covered them. And that was Pro C. And you can tell it's them because of the little box that's scribbled out and the green that just caught the clip of the image. So I didn't do my due diligence when I covered these, but I want to say that, yes, Pro C covered these. And he made it in a 40-second video, which is brilliant. He was like, here's the new stuff. They look great. Bye. So I just want to say, I'm sorry. I didn't look into that too well. And I found them in Discord threw them in a news video, and I didn't mean to say that, oh, get rid of that, get rid of Procy, this is my image, because it looked like that. So I just want to apologize for that. However, we have new ones going into it. I mean, I found this on Collect Jurassic's Twitter. I don't know if they're anywhere else, but that's how I found these ones. And there's other ones, the Quetzals here, but it gives us a look at the box art. And this diagonal red, black, and then storm gray or storm cream color thing, which is the same color as the vehicle that we're going to see in the upcoming movie. Decent box arts. Look all right. I just wanted to showcase that. But I thought I had to address the previous situation. So I think there's like a Nasutoceratops, the Quetzal. I think there's a Saurolophus as well, maybe. Is there a Saurolophus? I could be wrong. But apparently we're having word there will be a Saurolophus. So that'll be interesting. But finally, to end this Jurassic News segment, I found this from Philippe Humboldt on Twitter. They posted these pictures. One's a screenshot from Stan Winston behind the scenes or making of Jurassic Park 3, and the other one I think appeared in the same video or clip, but again on the production of Jurassic Park 3, showcasing just a few different designs of the Spinosaur that went into it. And I think the one on the left it's very similar. It's probably the same artist. I can't remember what they're called, but they drew the T-Rex, and it's a classic T-Rex sketch of it with its mouth open, its foot up, looks exactly like that. But it's just interesting to see between these two. Obviously, the one on the right, it's similar to the Spinosaur that we got, but they just had a bit of a play with the with the gums and the jawline, possibly. It looks very like I could see this in a cartoon. Like, it's evil. Give it... It's almost... You know the Pyroraptor from Dominion? They went, make it evil. Make it look evil. Give it a face. That's what they did with the Spinosaur. So maybe the Spinosaur we got in the end was an in-between, like, make it look like a cartoon villain, but also make it a little bit realistic. Just something to put up there, because I was made aware of this. I thought that was quite a cool little thing. And maybe we'll put something like that, something at the end of these Jurassic News segments, something you might not have known about the franchise or something I've found. But anyway, guys, that has been Jurassic News, the only Jurassic News that has ever existed in all of history. If you enjoyed this video, guys, leave a like, and I will see you in another episode. Bye-bye.